And hello, everyone. It is your girl Tish Dickens, CEO and founder of Paintiza LLC, where we help corporations, small businesses, and business professionals improve employee performance and boost morale through team building art events. It is another edition of Feel Good Friday. I missed you guys last week, but guess what? We are back here today with another exciting episode. And of course, before we get started, I must send my official shout outs to everybody that is plugged in live as well as who will be watching the replay. So, here on the main stage, here we have my Facebook family. Hello. We have the LinkedIn family. Hello. We have the YouTube family. Hello. And we have our Twitch family. Hello. And then on the secondary camera up there, my day ones, my ride or dies, my Instagram family. Hello. I must apologize if you guys hear some loud noise in the background. I have multiple fans going on in here because in the great state of Washington, homes and apartments do not have AC because of our climate, but it is a little humid and warm today. So, needless to say, in the studio here, I have fans going to keep me cool. So, just thought I would throw that out there in case you guys hear that. So, before we get started with our actual activity today, I wanted to really talk to you guys and have a heart to heart about today's episode and what I wanted to talk about. Now, full disclaimer, some of you guys will probably not like what I'm about to talk about, but that's okay. The purpose of this channel is to help you guys and not to hurt you. So sometimes the truth can hurt, and a little shot in the gut with reality does sting. But at the end of the day, what we're about to discuss real quick is for your own good because, after all, what's the name of this show? Feel Good Friday. So it's going to initially sting. The shot that I'm giving you in the arm is going to sting. But trust me, in the long run, if you think about what I'm about to talk about and you implement the things that I'm going to talk about, you will ultimately feel good. So stay with your girl here. So, what exactly do we want to talk about? Now, last week we talked about the importance of gratitude and how it helps you to feel good and find peace and happiness. Well, today I want to talk about change. And in particular, well, I'll get to the 3 points when it comes to change in a minute. But change is so important to finding peace and happiness, okay? Unfortunately, the majority of people, they look to other things outside of themselves to change before they will see a change in their life. And I'm here to tell you guys, it does not work like that, contrary to popular belief. You can't look to the government to change your life, unfortunately. You can't even look to other family and friends. You can't look to your boss. You can't look to anything other than you and whatever higher power that you serve. Those are the only two entities that will change your life, okay? People lie, people's circumstances change. You know, there's so many things and reasons why you can't depend on others to make the changes in your life that you need to see improvement and to ultimately um, bring happiness. Here's a prime example: caterpillars. We all know that caterpillars, they eventually turn into butterflies, right? They build this cocoon, and then they hibernate in this cocoon, and then all type of biological changes and whatnot happen within the cocoon. So when it's time for them to hatch and come out of that cocoon, they have totally transformed into this beautiful butterfly. Have you ever known a caterpillar to be lying on the sidewalk or in the grass or wherever they hang out and say, "Hey, mama caterpillar," or "Hey, boss caterpillar, help me change into a butterfly"? No, it's all something that they have to initiate, and we're no different. We actually have a thing up here called the brain that helps us process and to think and to have consciousness, which means we have the ability more so to make changes in our life than just a mere caterpillar or any other animals or creatures in nature that has life. So, with that being said, what is the key then? If we shouldn't depend on others to change our life and change our circumstance, and we have to depend on ourselves, then how do we do that? Well, there are three things that we need in order to spearhead that change and see that transformation. The number one thing that you need, or else is, and it's the most important thing, if you don't have this, then none of the other things on the list are going to matter, and your efforts to change and do better for yourself and for your family is not going to happen. Is your mindset. You have to change your mindset. Now, like I was alluding to last week, we live in a negative world. I understand that. I've been here 50 years. I know the game. We're surrounded by negativity in our environment, on the media, when we're at work, just where, no matter where we are, we're surrounded by negativity. But despite that, we have something inside us called willpower and the ability to make a decision that, hey, I am not going to let this negativity affect me. I'm not going to let this negativity stop me from doing what I need to do. So, the mindset, you have to make a decision, not a choice, because you can change your choice, but when you make a decision, that's something that's permanent. So you have to make a decision that, hey, I'm going to get my mind right. I'm going to make sure that this goal that I set to live a more positive life comes to fruition. And once you have that mindset, you're 75% there. Well, what's the other things you need to boost you over the 100% mark? Activities. What activities are you partaking in? Are you partaking in activities that's going to stimulate those feel good hormones that are positive for your soul, that's doing good out in the community and inspiring others around you? What activities are you partaking? Or are you just wallowing in your sorrow and pity of what you have going on, consuming all this negative stuff in the media and whatnot? What are you doing? Take inventory of that. And then your environment. If you're in an environment where you're surrounded by negativity, as long as you have 2 feet and you got your health, you should be able to remove yourself, even if it's for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. Make sure you get out of whatever familiar negative environment you in and go somewhere positive. I mean, there are so many places you can go. You can even go to a park. You can go to places that are free, that don't even require money, where you can get positive vibes and enjoy things that are beautiful and that lift your spirits. And this is not just talk that I'm telling you guys. This is real life. There are stories of hundreds of people, famous and not famous, that have been able to overcome these challenges by changing their mindset and doing something themselves to improve their life in order to find that peace and happiness that I'm talking about. Even your girl, me, I'm a living witness. I'm probably one of a small percentage of people on earth that have actually experienced all 7 tragedies of life. There's actually 7 tragedies of life that a person can possibly experience in their lifetime. Now, I don't have time to go over those 7 tragedies on this live. I will do another live that explains that. And spoiler alert, I'm working on a book that talks about that, but here again, there's another story. If I'm able to overcome all 7 of those major life tragedies and still find peace and serenity, now I'm not saying you're not going to have bad days, you're not going to experience challenges. I'm not that naive and stupid. All I'm saying is, when you do, it's not good to stay in that place. Do all you can to change yourself and change your situation so you can get back to that happy place that I'm talking about. So, that's my brief little soapbox moment. I feel it's timely with the election going on, all the other stuff that you see on CNN and Fox and the Shade Room and all this stuff. Your girl, frankly, personally, just tired of it. You know, it wears my spirit down. I don't know about y'all, but if you feel like me and you just tired of the bull ass, then it's up to you to do something about it. You can't look anywhere else but to yourself. So, since we're talking about change, the technique we're going to do today has a change aspect to it. But before I get into that, let me go ahead and adjust the cameras real quick and say hello to those that are watching live. And then we're going to dive right in, okay? So let me adjust the camera, you guys. Let's see. We're going to adjust this main camera here. Okay, I believe you guys can see. And let's go over to the secondary camera. Let me wave to you guys. Hello. Thank you guys for joining. And let me adjust this camera. And again, like I said, if you guys hear some loud noise in the background, it's the fans. So don't worry about it. I want to make sure your girl doesn't pass out from the heat. Okay. I hope you guys can see. This camera is always so tricky. Okay, I think that's good enough. We're not going to fiddle with it too much. Okay, there we are. And I just realized I forgot my cup. 1 second, guys. Let me grab my cup. Okay, so what we're going to do today, guys, is we are going to do what's called a chameleon dip. And if you guys are familiar with the chameleon, it resembles a lizard. It's an animal that has the ability to change its skin depending on its environment and the situation. So the technique we're doing here is similar. It's going to start out looking one way, and once we add our cell activator to the initial painting, you're going to see the reaction and see the composition take a complete 180 change. It's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. So what we're going to do is basically layer our colors that I've chosen in the cup. And once we get it layered, we're going to do a flip cup. So we're going to flip the colors upside down on our canvas. We're going to tilt it out. And then what we're going to do, normally you want to take like a toothpick or some type of push pin or something that has a really tiny head on it. But your girl wasn't prepared. So what I'm going to do is just use the tip of my tweezers here instead. What I'm going to do is dip it into my favorite silicone cell activator, which in this case is the Nourishing Coconut Milk Serum by OGX. I love this. It produces beautiful cells because it's silicone oil based. We're going to dip this in there, and it only takes a tiny bit. And we're just going to, in a circular pattern, dip tiny little dots in the surface, and the results are going to be so amazing. So the colors we're going to use today, we're going to use magenta. We have this beautiful sky blue. We have deep turquoise. We have K green. I love this green. It's a beautiful green. You guys know I love my lemon. And of course, this beautiful lavender color here. So we have a nice array of colors here. We're just going to pour them one by one in the cup, like I said, and then we're going to do the flip cup, tilt this out, and then make our uh, chameleon dip on top. So in no particular order, which really, by the way, you really want to strategically make sure that you place your colors in the cup to where certain colors don't mix and create brown. So what I've done is I'm staggering light, dark, and I'm making sure that my greens and my reds don't mix together to make that brown. Okay, so if you notice, I'm tilting the colors to the side. Let's see. Let me go ahead and take the tops off of these. It'll make it a little easier to pour. Okay. All right, there we are. Okay, next we're going to go with this beautiful sky blue. And as I always say, make sure you take a deep breath in and out and gaze at the colors. Put your mind in a positive space. That's going to help you to increase your dopamine and oxytocin levels, which are those feel-good hormones that we need to produce that joyful and happy feeling that we want. Okay. And that was the magenta. Next, we're going to go with this beautiful lavender. Okay. And I think I'm going to go one more round with this. Since the canvas is small, this is only an 8 by 10 canvas. So we're really not going to need a whole lot of paint to get it covered. Now, what makes this so unique is with the flip cup and with me using so many colors. Some of the colors are going to be more prominent than others, but the surprise is when we go and add the cell activator, it's going to unveil colors that may be hidden under other colors. So that's what makes this so unique and beautiful. Okay. And we're just going one more time with the colors. Okay, a little splashed on there, but that's fine, no worries. Okay. And then one more time with the lavender, the lemon, and the K green. I may put a little blue on top of this just to make sure I have some blue, because that blue is a light color, so it'll probably get swallowed up some, and I want to make sure we do have some blue in our composition. And so there are two ways you can do this flip cup. You can either count to 3 and just flip the cup over and hope you don't splash the paint on yourself, or you can just take the canvas, put it on top of the cup, and then flip it upside down that way. So I'm going to add a little blue to the top of this, just to add a little blue. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me show you guys these beautiful colors. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at it. So beautiful. Look at it from the side. Okay, so I'm just going to take it and I'm going to do it like that. Hold my hand over. I want to make sure it's in the center and flip it like that. There we are. And of course, if this isn't enough, we can always do flow extender, which basically means we're just going to add extra paint around the sides to make sure. And of course, your girl always forgets to put her gloves on. But I didn't forget this time. We're going to go ahead and put them on real quick before we tilt it out so we won't get it. And I'm going to move this paint over here out of the way. Move these out of the way over here. Okay, and then I'm going to slowly release this. Oh, yeah, this is way more than enough. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now we're going to tilt it out real quick. We're going to tilt it in a circular motion. Like that. Turn it around this way so you guys can see. Yeah, this is more than enough paint. Okay. Bring it back this way. Okay. Make sure it gets to those two corners there and here. All right, come on, get down, get down, get down. Okay, look how beautiful that is. That is beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do the chameleon part of it. Let me cover this two corners in the back real quick. Make sure everything's covered. Let's see. Get this in the front, that little corner there, and get this corner here. Okay, now we're going to take the tweezers, and for the sake of time, I'm just going to dip it directly in. Actually, no, because I don't want to transfer paint in here. Let's see. Do I have... I can pour just a little bit in this cup. I'm just going to pour a little of this serum in the cup. Okay, it only takes a tiny bit. And so what I'm going to do is dip the tip of it in the serum. Make sure that's covered. And I'm just going to make dots in a circular motion. Now pay attention to the canvas. You notice how it looks now. It's just homogeneous. You know, we have a lot of green and red and yellow and a little of the blue coming through. But watch the change that comes before your eyes as I dip and make the circular dots in a pattern, okay? So we're going to start in the middle here. And then I'm just going to go around. I'm going to try to space it out because it's going to grow. See, it's a lot of that magenta is hidden under there. See how it's coming up? I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. Okay, I'm going to get a little more on here. Okay, and we're going to keep going around in a circle. And I'm just touching and lifting, touching and lifting, touching and lifting. Yeah, there is a lot of magenta hidden under here because the dots that are forming, they're mostly magenta. It's a lot of magenta color hidden under here. I see a little bit of the lavender is trying to come up as well. Let's see, I'm putting a little more of the activator on there. Oops, that was a big drop that fell, but okay. And also what you can do too is you can take a balloon and blow it up and dip it in the silicone cell activator, and then take it and do balloon dips, and that will really drastically bring up the hidden colors that are under there as well. But so far, the only color that's being revealed is the magenta, which is really strange. Okay, now we're going more into the green and yellow area. Okay, so some of the lavender is popping up now. Okay, more magenta over there. Okay, there's some lavender popping up under this magenta stripe here. So this is a really fun activity for you guys to do. It's so calming because you're concentrating and you're just watching the change take place right before your eyes. And it's just amazing. Okay, we're almost done. We're going to add a little more to, oops, that was a big, okay. So now I'm just lining it in different areas. Oh, look at that. Look at the yellow that's popping up there. And there's some lavender hidden under there. That's popping up. But I'm missing my blue, and I was afraid of that. That was a light blue. So I had a feeling that the blue wasn't going to show that much, which is fine because we still have some over here in the corner. We're going to put some dots over here and see if we can get more of that blue to come to the surface. I see some hidden magenta under here. Yeah, there's that magenta coming up. Okay, we're going to get this last little stretch here. Now, over the next 24 hours, these cells are going to open up a little more. And so right before it finally dries, the composition is going to look a little more different than what it is now. The cell activator has to have time to completely interact with the paint and open up and reveal those hidden colors that are under there. Okay, there we are. Okay, I will bring you guys in for a close-up. Let's lift this up. So, and I, of course, I will take photos and videos so you guys can see. But with those dots, they're small now, but like I said, over the next few hours, they are gonna expand and get bigger. And I'll take closer photos, but we have some hidden lavender cells over here. We got some white cells here. In the middle, we have all that magenta that popped up. Oh, there's some blue. Oh, hold on, you guys. There's some blue right there. It finally popped up under that magenta stripe. So yeah, it's just gonna take some time. Even the darker green, this green here, this deep turquoise, is popping up here as well. So I can't wait for you guys to see it after a few hours once it really opens up and those cells get bigger and releases more of the pigments under there. It's going to be just beautiful. It's going to resemble um, a chameleon, basically. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know I did. I always enjoy the time that I spend with you guys. Let me go ahead and take these gloves off and adjust the cameras because the time has come for us to say goodbye, unfortunately. Hold on, let me adjust this. Okay, and go over to this camera here and adjust here. Okay, there we are. Okay, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you take what I talked about today about change to heart and start making some adjustments today. You can start today. Just make that decision that you're going to change your life for the better no matter what. And you know, your girl is always here to support you. I have tons of videos and episodes for you to go back to consume just to get you in this habit of creating and making positive changes in your life so you can feel good every day, not just on the weekend. So make sure you stay tuned to future announcements. I have been posting more content about what's going on and how we here at Paint Teaser are trying to change the world through creativity. And also make sure you go to www.paintteaser.com to get your free resource there that goes more into detail about why you should partake in creative events to change your life and how it changes your life. I also have other videos and links to order my books and all other type of stuff there. Hopefully, you guys get consumed in the rabbit hole. So, with that, this has been your girl Tish Dinkins. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see you guys on the next episode. I will talk to you guys later. Mwah, mwah, mwah.